These are the solutions to May 5th's classwork. The first two questions asked us to solve the quadratic equation by factoring as a means of review, and then the other questions were meant to be done with the quadratic formula. Some of you solved all of them using the factoring method. However, this was asking you to only do the factoring method for the first two and the quadratic formula for the last four of these. We'll go through them now. Number one, what is the solution set of the equation x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals 0? If we look here, our a value is a 1. Our b value is negative 5. And our c value is negative 24. So first we need to factor the left side of the equation. It is already equal to 0, so it's in standard form, so we're good to go. We're going to factor the left side of the equation. And in order to find out what factors we're going to use, we're going to think of integers that multiply to be a times c, which is going to be 1 times negative 24. So we're looking for integers that multiply to be negative 24. And our b value is a negative 5, so those integers also have to add to a negative 5. And the best pair of integers to use would be a negative 8 and a positive 3. Negative 8 times 3 would be negative 24, and negative 8 plus 3 would be negative 5. Therefore, I'm going to use my factors as x minus 8 and x plus 3. I have now factored the left side of the equal sign, and there's a 0 on the right side of the equal sign. These are your factors. In order to find the roots or the solutions, you have to set each of those factors equal to 0. So I'm going to create a chart here. I'm going to set x minus 8 equal to 0. In order to get x alone, I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So x equals 8 is one of our solutions or roots. And then I also have a factor of x plus 3 that I have to set equal to 0 and solve for x by subtracting 3 from both sides of the equal sign. X is equal to negative 3 is another solution or root. Therefore, negative 3 and 8 would be our solutions. Choice 1. And then we have question 2, another one that needs to be done with factoring. Our a value here is a 1. Our b value is negative 4. And our c value is a negative 12. And we have to find integers that multiply to be a times c. So a is 1 and c is negative 12. So we want to find integers that multiply to be a negative 12 and add to be our b value, which is a negative 4. And the way to go would be to use negative 6 and 2. Negative 6 times 2 would be negative 12, and negative 6 plus 2 would be a negative 4. Therefore, the factors we're going to use are x minus 6 and x plus 2. And we're going to set that left side equal to 0, create a chart, set each factor equal to 0. X minus 6 equals 0. Add 6 to both sides to get x alone. X equals 6 is one of our solutions. And then we have x plus 2 is equal to 0. Set that factor equal to 0. And solve for x by subtracting 2 from both sides. So our other root or solution is x equals negative 2. Negative 2 and 6 would be choice 3. Those are the solutions, or the roots.